Morgan McSweeney has been called the architect of Labour's revival, a strategist who rebuilt the party's machine after the Corbyn years and carried Sir Keir Starmer to a landslide. Yet this week, his mastery of politics is being tested by something politicians dread, a slow-burning procedural scandal that refuses to die, and the effects seem dry. Undeclared donations to Labour Together, the think tank McSweeney once ran. The Electoral Commission fined the group in 2021, calling the failure to report almost £740,000 of funding a breach of the law. At the time, the story barely flickered beyond Westminster insiders. Now it returns with sharper teeth because of leaked legal advice suggesting McSweeney was warned that money should have been declared and was counselled to describe the lapse as an admin error. The Conservatives, short of fresh ammunition, have scented blood. Party chairman Kevin Hollinrake has packaged the leaks as something he grandly calls the McSweeney files. The label is deliberate. It suggests Watergate, a secret slush fund, a man pulling strings from the shadows, and the goal is to damage not just McSweeney, but Starmer himself by painting the Prime Minister in the run-up to the Labour conference as hypocritical on standards after his own attacks on Conservative sleaze. For Labour, the danger is not merely legal but reputational. Starmer's brand is built on rectitude and clean governance. McSweeney is no backroom unknown. Books and profiles have cast him as the party's brain. And if the brain looks sloppy with money, the whole body looks compromised. That's very Platonic. Worse, Labour is already on the defensive after the bruising resignations of Angela Rayner and Peter Mandelson and the perception of internal disorder. Losing McSweeney now would look like losing the engine driver mid-journey. Pat McFadden has been deployed as chief defender, calling McSweeney a highly talented individual, not unlike Mr. Cummings, and dismissing the row as Tory mudslinging over ancient history. But that may hold if the Electoral Commission decides nothing new has emerged. But two risks remain. First, the watchdog could reopen its investigation if it thinks McSweeney misled it about conversations in 2017-2018. And second, even if no rules were technically broken, the optics of a secretive funding cache a secretive funding cash store clash with Labour's anti-sleaze narrative. The two things don't fit together. Strategically, this is a classic vulnerability for a governing party after a long honeymoon, and McSweeney's story shows how yesterday's internal organising, polling, messaging, quiet donor networks can be weaponised once power is won. Conservatives know they cannot beat Starmer on popularity just now because, of course, Kemi Badenoch has the popularity of a fallen leaf. But they can chip at the idea that he is cleaner than they were. If they succeed, they blunt Labour's moral contrast and they revive the old "they're all the same." The uniparty, the cynicism that helps populists and fringe parties. For Starmer, the calculation is crucially simple and cruelly simple. Keep the strategist who built your majority, but risk further headlines about secretive cash, or sacrifice that strategist to contain the scandal that may still have legs. Publicly, Downing Street says there's full confidence in McSweeney. In British politics, that phrase can be a life jacket or a lead weight.